from Indianapolis, Indiana. Welcome to the Crossroads Sports Radio Show, presented by Scott K. Nichols and State Farm Insurance. And now, here's your hosts, Brandon Reef and Jonathan Birdsong.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Crossroads Sports Radio, episode number 273. I'm your host, Brandon Reef, joined as always by my co-host, Jonathan Birdsong. JB, how are you?
Doing a whole lot better than I was last week, man. The weather didn't kind of, got on the good side, man. But no, man, it's great to be back on, man. Another great Wednesday night, man. How can I say, I was off today, man, so I got a lot of notes, man, a lot of football, watched a lot of right. I also caught up with a lot of football, that I missed out from over the weekend and whatnot, man. So I know we got a lot of, basketball preview, even a little bit of basketball preview with the NBA and whatnot. But don't have me rambling around, man. So Brandon Reed, please give us the official rundown of what we talking about tonight.
Yeah, we've got NFL talk, week number 6, week 6 recap. I'm already 6 weeks into the season, a third of the way done. 6 games in. Week 6, we're going to have to review the previous week. We'll preview week 7 that's coming up, what to expect. We got Colts news left and right. We're going to talk about college football, as always. Me, you, and Tanner are going to do Pick'em. We'll talk a little college football from the previous week and then preview our games for Pick'em. We've got a little baseball chatter, John, a little baseball, and obviously the NBA. NBA season starts up next Tuesday. So when we have our show next week, the season will have started. So it's crazy. Crazy that we're going to dive into that world. So, John, let's dive right in. I want to waste no time tonight. I want to dive right into the NFL Week 6 review. Thursday night, we had the game Broncos and Chiefs. Chiefs win 19-8. John, this Chiefs offense just doesn't look explosive from we've seen in previous weeks. Now, granted, they're still winning. They're 5-1 and whatnot, but we're not seeing that explosiveness that we've seen in the past from these Chiefs teams that have just gone in and just dominated offensively week after week, year after year.
Yeah, I mean, but can you really? I wouldn't lose my mind, man. Chiefs in total defense, man. If you pull up the rest. Season's long. We gotta remember that, folks. They add another game to the season, so we're 17 games, y'all. So, I get it, man. The numbers offensively don't look as Remember, Miami. If we look parallel, Miami scored a 70 burger, and I don't think the Chiefs have put anything over 44 this year. I don't believe so. Somebody can fact check me on that or not. But yeah, man, and it's not, and that's something that they kind of, like sleepwalking do. Score points. But no, man, Brandon, they actually ranked in the top 10 defense in the defensive ranks, man, as far as points allowed and all that. So they have, maybe found a little bit more balanced way of winning. You could say. And I think, like I said, man, I think the Chiefs are just kind of going through the motions. They want to get another ring and an opportunity at the Super Bowl. And technically, Brandon, is an offense, if you look at it, is an offense down across the board, across the whole NFL. So, maybe, it ain't just the Chiefs.
I know with my team, it's the worst offense in the league. I mean, it is the hashtag. I mean, it is. I mean, they're in the year 2023, and I don't want to get on a Steelers rant, especially on a week that they're off. But in the year 2023, there are at least 4 teams in the NFL right now that are only averaging between 11 or 10 to 12 points a game in the NFL. 10 to 12. I told somebody at work, I get baffled that we got grown men that are professionals. John, I'm on the golf course, and I hit a pitching wedge. A nice little. I hit a 60-degree pitch, 60-degree wedge. I hit it 50 yards. You're telling me the Steelers a couple games ago couldn't get across the opponent's side of the 50, and I can hit a pitch shot that, and these guys can't do it for 60 minutes as pros? 50 yards ain't that much, man. Come on. I mean, I don't want to get in the rant. Don't get me wound up. I've got a good week. It was a bye week. It was a bye.
Good week, and it comes off a win. And they're still positive in the one loss count, man. So you can't let them lose your mind.
Can't let it yet.
After week 6.
So, but offense is down a lot in the league. Ravens, Titans, John. The game over in London, jolly old London, your favorites. Ravens win 24-16. Lamar still looked he didn't look great. He looked serviceable.
24. They didn't score a touchdown. Didn't they score like 6? Offensive touchdown.
Yeah, it was all field goal. Justin Tucker was the MVP. Actually, he scored 1 touchdown. Zay Flowers had a touchdown in the second quarter.
Okay, I didn't even think they scored an offensive touchdown.
Yeah, that was a 10-play, 80-yard drive.
Man, trust that if you want, y'all. Special teams. I don't know, man. You taking Lamar Jackson off your MVP list?
Yeah, he took him off after the Steelers beat him. Can't have that happen. Commanders and Falcons. Commanders win 24-16. Falcons trying to make a last-ditch run. My Desmond Ridder pick there, John, of him not losing a home game. Well, that finally that went to the wayside. He threw an interception that ran back for a touchdown. That was huge. Sam Howell, 151 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. Ridder was 307 for 2 touchdowns and 3 picks.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, how many touchdowns did Desmond Ridder throw? Sam Howell looks like to be the definitely clear-cut starter going through the rest of the season. What's very concerning for me is like how many hits even he has incurred even in his short time as a starter with Washington. But they still, again, most of the teams are still kind of bad. I can't even. You know what I mean? I can't even. There's some highs and lows you can say with both of them, but like you know what I'm saying, those both are still kind of bad.
Speaking of bad, Vikings win 19-13 over the Chicago Bears. John, I've canceled the Bears every week. They're 1-5. Justin Fields gets hurt. Badgett comes in 10-14, 83 yards and a pick. Vikings ugly, but get it done. Kirk Cousins 21-31, 181 yards and a touchdown. Looking like he's not going to waive a no-trade clause. So he'll be likely staying in Minnesota. Justin Jefferson, who's been hurt, he's on the IR now. But he's even, will Justin Jefferson even come back? I mean, if they're 2-4, what if in the next 4 weeks, John, they're 3-7 or 2-2, for God's forbid, 2-8? Like, in a contract year, is he really going to come back? I mean, you got to think he almost maybe shut it down even.
Has he made enough money? Has he feel like he's made enough money?
No, he hasn't been in the league that long.
I think somebody. Well, how many teams has he played for at this point, right? Franchise has he played for him. I think somebody would take him, man. As you know,
I was talking Justin Jefferson. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. Well, his wide out talents in the offseason, it's kind of gonna come down to health, right? With him.
Yeah, we're just shutting down. Why it's a contract year for Justin Jefferson?
Well, I kind of want to talk about the Bears, man.
Oh yeah, I got something for you on them too.
My goodness, Brandon, they've allowed 25 sacks to the quarterback, and he's hit and 23 of the sacks that the Bears have allowed at the offensive line. 23 of them was the Justin Fields have hit, and he's had felt, right?
The man's getting killed out there.
That's wild, man. So we can be overly critical, and I know guys are. I know people lose their mind on ESPN. I try to turn that shit off, man, because they blame the field. They look at whole like this, but they're not even give good video proof of it anymore. They just saying he's bad, like ball too long, get it, blah blah blah. But like when you see that, when you put up the real stats, and like you said, it's not week 7. We're up to week 6 right now. Offensive line, Patrick Mahomes last year only got sacked 28 times.
Uh-huh.
My guy is already up to 24. Now, if it wasn't for the New York Giants and that offensive line at 33, and Daniel Jones Daniel Jones needs to probably sit down too. Then the Chicago Bears would probably be the dunks in the corner. But like my goodness, man, they got an offensive line issue, And I kind of addressed it a couple episodes ago when I knew they like, man, well, I probably said they put together a complete game because they ran it. They found the time to run the ball. Like, you got running backs, what are you doing? Like, but like the offensive line, left tackle,
John,
right
they're
tackle,
30th.
They ain't get invited back to the party next year either.
They're 30th for sacks per pass attempts. They're 30th in the league. They get up the third most. The sacks per pass attempts, every 14% of passes is a sack. When the quarterback is going back to drop back, 14% of them are a sack. The only other teams that are beating them are the Giants and the Redskins. Commanders, not Redskins. So that's bad. And here's the truth, John. I mean, you look at the teams that are the lowest ones. Kansas City, 2%. Miami, 3%. Tampa Bay, 3.07. Baker Mayfield not getting sacked. Means a lot.
You have to protect the quarterback.
Have to. So, can I tell you a secret? I got a new hot take. And
It won't be a secret if you tell me.
And you can cut this up and put it out there. You can say, hey, you know what? Brandon Reef said that back in October. John, I think the Chicago Bears, if they get the first and second pick, you're going to be shocked when I say this. I have a feeling they're not going to draft the best quarterback available out there that fits the system. They should not draft Caleb Williams. There's a better quarterback out there that they need to draft.
Okay.
But they're not going to. They need to go get Drake May. That's who they need to draft. That's who they should draft is Drake May. System quarterback.
Drake May.
I will say it now. Go ahead and cut this part too. Drake May will have a better NFL career than Caleb Williams. Okay? Go ahead and mark that. Mark it down. Drake May will have a better career than Caleb Williams. I think the Bears, though, John, are going to be stupid enough that they're going to stay with the hype of Caleb Williams. And they're going to say, oh, it's Caleb. Okay, you just have maybe more of a little Ferrari. If Justin Fields is a Lambo, you're maybe getting a McLaren or a Ferrari when you're getting with Caleb Williams. That looks nice and shiny, and he runs around. He can throw the ball, but serviceable. Injuries, we're seeing injuries. We'll talk about that in a bit. I think you got to go. But here's my thing, John. I think the Bears are so gun shy because what happened the last time they had a number 1 or number 2 pick in the draft? What happened the last time they needed a quarterback? And what happened the last time they took a quarterback from North Carolina? Mitch Trubisky, right? Don't you think they're going to be a little gun shy there? Even though they should take Drake May. They won't. They should. But they're not going to. But I'm going to tell you now, I think Drake May has a better chance of being a better pro than Caleb Williams. And that's who the Bears should take.
Damn, Notre Dame.
I mean, the man got exposed a little bit. Plus, are the Bears really going to give up any of that ownership to Caleb Williams that he wants?
Nah, that dude's got some of that good California green going on, man. It was just reported Patrick Mahomes was talking about he wants to seek ownership of a team once he retires. So I don't know how even a one-time Heisman Trophy winner I don't know, maybe Drake. I mean, I'm not Drake. Maybe he gets back into the Heisman talk. I don't know if he can or not. But like, he become a 2-time Heisman. But yeah, if the kid. You can't come into the league talking about you want to NFL, be a part of the NFL ownership, bro. You got to prove yourself. You know what I'm saying? Before all that happens, man.
So that's just my hot take. That was my little hot take there. Bengals win 17-13 over the Seahawks. Joey B, them get it together. Again, Bengals 3-3. Yeah. I think they'll be okay. That defense is finally starting to rev up a little bit. The offensive line and Joe's starting to finally get healthy. You're starting to see it. So they're 3-3. Browns beat the 49ers 19-17. Yeah. Deebo Samuel gets hurt. Christian McCaffrey gets hurt. 49ers look vulnerable at that point when those two are out, but Browns win 19-17. Big win for Stefanski, and then they almost gave it up. I mean, 49ers had a chance to kick that field goal. Moody missed it at the end. But, yeah, a little bit of shock on the scoreboard, but injuries happen. It is what it is, and San Francisco, you just kind of got to own up to it.
Yeah, I don't think Cleveland is. Yeah, Cleveland is. They're ranked number one in total defense currently right now. I don't think they gave up like 9 offensive touchdowns. That's pretty awesome. I mean, that's pretty inspiring. If their offense can ever kind of catch up, right, to their defense, I know there's still some issues, connectivity issues with, Deshaun Watson and like who really stands out. You know what I'm saying? Like if you know what I'm saying, who's like a household name.
He's hurt.
I mean, I can go deep dive. Well, I'm saying, I know, but like you got $200 million guy hurt. But I'm saying offensively, what else do you have out there?
Right.
And I get it, they won the game, but that's all I'm saying. But like that's where they're at. They're a middling team right now. They're like right. You said Stefanski found a way to win the game without a star player, so that's great. But I know, but defensively, they've always been rock solid. But like, how long can that maintain? How long can you win games in that form of fashion? So. But you do typically like the North Division. Here we are again. I don't think when we kind of speculated about it over in the summertime that we kind of be this black and blue this particular way. I thought we thought the Bengals would be kind of top of the crop and kind of like looking down on everybody else, and it's not that right now.
No, I think this AFC North is going to come down to the final week, and I think it might have to do some like it was 3 years ago. It's going to come down to some scoreboard watching after the game. The Steelers had this a couple of 3 years ago to make the playoffs. They needed 3 things to happen. First one happened, then they won their game, and then I just remember all the players on the field in the stand, and the fans stayed watching the jumbo screens because they needed Baker Mayfield and then to win their game. They didn't get it done, but I think this AFC North is going to come down. It's going to come down to the final week. All 4 teams are right there. Steelers 3-2, Browns 3-2, Bengals 3-3, Ravens 4-2. I mean, it's
right.
A lot of teams on those spots. 4 teams and only 7 spots in the playoffs total. So we'll see. Texans wins 20-13. John, C.J. Stroud. I'll admit I'm impressed with the man. 13-27, 199 yards, 2 touchdowns on his first interception he's thrown in the National Football League finally came. Texans sitting at 3-3 in the AFC South now. They're tied with the Colts. Jaguars at 4-2. Titans sitting there at 2-4. Do you think the Panthers are kicking themselves that they took Bryce Young over C.J. Stroud?
I don't necessarily think it's the apples to apples situation.
I think it's pretty close.
Well, here's the thing though, Brandon. That coaching staff that they have been been put down there in Texas, they ain't come to get fired. You know what I mean? That dude is taking the opportunity by the reins. This is Frank. Like, look at how Frank talks to the media about his job. He real slick up top. Like, dude, like they gonna fire him if not, have a part of the way to the end of the season, however you want to, pink slip, whatever, bro. But I think maybe the commitment of to excellence. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You sent me a pretty good. I know you picked up a good Brett Hitman Hart. You know what I'm saying? The excellence of execution. I think Texas is like, hey man, they shut all the media. I mean, they listen to everybody. Texas finished last in the AFC South. Now, places you don't want to finish at because the AFC South is already considered a middling and division. So I think Texas is kind of like played. They've kind of not listened to like what people kind of and prove that is wrong. See, if you say it's Stroud being the leader of that, I'm for it, man. Dude, that's what the quarterback is not supposed to do. Not throw to the other team. He threw his first pick the other day. That's great. Keep it that way. It's still not perfect. You know what I mean? On both sides of the ball, I think they're surprisingly strong on the defensive side of the ball. You know what I mean? But no, man. I think the kids and Panthers, they just haven't given him. Where are they at? Their offensive line is pretty strong. It's atrocious to damn stuff, man. So again, and then he's getting malpractice coach out of his damn stuff. So, nah, man, we ain't seen the best version of him just yet, man. So,
Okay.
but yeah, man, you got to tip your hat to what the Texans have put together.
On that opposite side, I talked with Bryce Young, man. The Panthers, John, the Dolphins spotted them 14 points in the first quarter. 14-0 Panthers after the first.
I know, man. I was kind of
And the Dolphins went out and put 42
like,
on the board in 3.
I was like, man, hold on, man. Right, because I thought the Dolphins, that's a game like, dude, you want to be considered a serious contender. You cannot lose that game. You cannot lose. You want to be considered a serious contender, and I know there's still, I still couldn't put real money on the Dolphins to get to the Super Bowl. I know, and
Good,
I know
you can't trust them in November, December.
No, not even at home. But they're learning. They're on the upper trend. Like what you see out of the Dolphins versus like what you see out of the Chargers, right? I know we could see them in a second, but like, no, man. This year, you know what I mean. Again, Bryce Young. That's a game they had to win. They won it, but like, no, I think Bryce Young and the Panthers are kind of getting malpracticed out, man. And maybe he'll get a better version coach for his skill set next year.
Colts go down to Jacksonville. Tell me if you've heard this before. Colts lose in Jacksonville. Continue the streak.
Damn.
37-20. Colts were down 21-6 at halftime. Anthony Richardson, John, it was reported now after the game. It was reported finally today. We kind of broke it on Monday and Tuesday when we started hearing rumblings. They are going to have surgery. Irsay even said, and then today they did announce Richardson out for the season. They're going to surgery. So the curse continues for Colts quarterbacks. Anthony Richardson out for the year. Colts lose. They're 3-3 now. They lost. They got swept by the Jags in the season series. They play the Browns this week at home. Grover Stewart, who hasn't missed a game in 5 years, he's been suspended 6 games now for PEDs. The Colts are like a soap opera, man.
Well, man, well, the homie gave out money downtown. He gave out money down there when he was Jim Irsay was giving out. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not coming to my hotel.
Money. I thought about you, man, when he was giving out money. I said, come on, man. Shit, I'll put a jacket on. I work here today, too.
Right? I'll hire you for one day, John.
No, man, I'm thinking more like money on the table, man.
Well, that's what I'm saying as well. But I'll get you for one day. That way you can get paid by Jim.
No, but in all seriousness, man, Anthony Richardson looks to be the quarterback of the future for the Colts. There's still something that, you know what I'm saying, repetition-wise, you have to have them out there. But you have to put out a durable quarterback that can play, you know what I'm saying, a 17-game schedule or hopefully navigate, you know what I'm saying. I would say at least 80% of that, 15, you know what I'm saying, 15 games. And in every game that he's ever played in the NFL, he's gotten hurt to the point that he hasn't finished the game. That's to that level of hurtability. So there's going to be a lot of here. I'll be honest with you, there's going to be a lot of speculation between now and then till that time has come. It's not like a knee, you know, or ACL or Achilles where it's going to be a whole lot of recovery time, but there is a recovery time. You know what I'm saying? And there is going to be, again, like, we still going to, like, we're still down reps and we still haven't completed games, and that's still going to be a concern. So start that process right now. Don't even start thinking about any type of holistic Aaron Rodgers type of way of trying to get back there on the field. And away you go. Now, Gardner Minshew looked like Gardner Minshew of the Jaguars.
Is the mania over?
So, well, it's not over, but you can't dig yourself in a hole with Gardner Minshew being your quarterback. So you got to either plan in a tight, close game, or you have to be up. You know what I'm saying? 5, 6, 7 points. You can't. I said tight, close game, but so you want to be up double digits. If Dark, think about it, all the times he's come in the game, the Colts were up or they were ascending offensively. So that's kind of but like now you give Gardner Minshew the full range, and like now again, there's plenty of tape. You know what I'm saying? Bad and good, probably more good bad on Gardner Minshew, and he got down and he couldn't get the Colts out of the basement offensively. So They're going to probably pull a lot on Jonathan Taylor's abilities and the other, because he's a special guy now. He's a special. He's the best player offensively, the highest paid player offensively that they have on the field. So, and then they lost Pierce. So again, man, they're gonna have to learn how in this short sample size, man. And again, they play in Cleveland. It's an important game because it's a home game. So if they get the win, it's great. But you know what I'm saying, they got to get some more W's when it comes to as the South is concerned. So right now, you put yourself in a poor, you know what I'm saying, by getting swept by the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's what's happening. You know what I mean? Well, they have swept. Yeah, I can't even short-sighted by getting swept by the Jacksonville Jaguars. And you put yourself, you know what I'm saying, again, what you say is like try to get some help when it comes down to like wins and losses. As the season progresses, you'd be like, well, if this team wins and they lose, then we're in. But no, man, you got to get as many wins as you can. But like they got to start getting South wins now for sure.
Yep, Colts and Browns this Sunday. Deshaun Watson should be back. We'll see what happens with the Brownies. I believe they are favorites in that game by 2 or 3, I believe. I can't remember, but we'll talk more with that. Raiders, the Bill Belichick Bowl. Raiders beat the Patriots 21-17. Patriots 1-5. They just look bad. It's terrible, John. It's so bad. It feels so bad for Bill.
You feel bad for him? Stop it. No, you don't.
I'm kidding.
No, you don't. You don't feel bad for Bill Belichick. I feel like, man, if it's anybody else, man, he probably wouldn't got invited back. Another coach, he probably wouldn't got invited back to come back to New England. He probably wouldn't got back to come on the plane. Bob Kraft was like, man, no, just stay out there in Las Vegas. But because Bill Belichick and for the Super Bowl appearance and who he is and what he's been to that organization and to football. Like, this is going to be an ugly mess, man. I thought that they could kind of overcome some of their – and they can't, man, because, again, the coach doesn't believe in the offense. And I don't think the quarterback – I don't think the offensive coordinators believe in the quarterback because there seems to be, like, a whole lot of regression there. So you can't win this league without quarterback. He just can't win without connectivity. So that's where the New England Patriots are at. Bill Belichick seems to be having – he'll probably not be there next season, or be with somebody else, man. But like this is not going good at all.
Rams win 26-9 over the Cardinals. Looks like Stafford doesn't have that dead arm anymore. Cooper Kupp is making his stamp on his comeback now as well. But Rams improved to 3-3. Cardinals finish down to 1-5. I really don't have any extra notes on that besides that score. Head scratcher for me, John. Jets 20, Eagles 14. Jalen Hurts, has he regressed a little bit from last year?
No, he just had a bad game. And defensively, they lost a lot. They lost a lot in free agency. But it was odd. Brand watched that game. Zach Wilson played well.
I thought for sure they were going to come back and beat the Jets, or they scored 2 early.
But the Jets defense kept on making plays, and it kind of came to play that whoever made the last big play. And Philadelphia, all right, I know what you're saying. So like, why wasn't there enough separation scoring wise, right? Yeah. It just wasn't. The defense of the Jets can't hang with anybody.
A.J. Brown bitching with Jalen.
Say whatever.
A.J. Brown bitching on the sideline.
Yeah, they got some inner, it sounds like they got some inner. It's hard trying to get back to that. But like, dude, you gonna lose your mind because you lost one game? It is one game to the Jets.
No,
and you give that team a life, whatever. But like, nah, man, they're not gonna crash out and lose your mind.
No, they'll be all right.
One game. But like, nah, man, it is a concern because now there is more sideline arguments.
Yep.
And it ain't just like, remember we had one just a couple weeks ago. Now it's just more, like y'all the Philadelphia Eagles are talented enough to. Brandon, I really don't think. Again, man, how many teams are 3-3 and we in this? Like, do you really believe in any of those teams?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
So, did you see my rankings? My rankings I put out. Those are the only 6 teams I think that can win the Super Bowl.
I mean, spit them out for the radio audience here, Brandon. So I saw them, but. Please tell us, Brandon, your ranking.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I've got it here.
Give me 1 second.
I'm going backwards to my picture I sent you. All right. So my rankings I have, John, for this week. I have it's a top 5, but I got some ties in there just because it's mine. I got the Chiefs as the number one. Chiefs as the number 1 team overall. I've got the Dolphins number 2. I've got the Detroit Lions number 3. I've got the Eagles and 49ers tied for 4th. And I have the Cowboys and the Bills. They're technically tied for 6th because the 49ers and Eagles are tied for 4th. So I think, John, 2, 4. I think one of those 7 teams wins the Super Bowl, and that's it. I think there is a sharp cutoff after these 7 teams.
I know the numbers are suggesting that the Detroit Lions will have a good, successful run in the playoffs.
Don't trust them. Don't tell Scott K.
I haven't seen it. It's never happened before, so I can't say it can't happen. But they are top. They're top 7 defense. The Lions are playing. They won on the road. Nobody kind of gave them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody kind of thought that game they were going to cough up against Tampa Bay.
Yep.
And Jared Goff is playing. He's playing. You know what I'm saying?
MVP.
Competent quarterback.
Yeah, 5-1 Lions, John. Scott K. Nichols, our sponsor, down at the game. I got to see it firsthand, the big dub. I know we picked them all to lose. We thought that would be the game they would slip, but they're 5-1. They have a strong. Can I see the Chiefs win the Super Bowl? Yes. Can I see the Dolphins? Yes. But here's my thing: we just said we don't trust the Dolphins in November, December when they just show us something. We don't trust the Lions just because of based off prior past. The Eagles and 49ers, you could probably trust those 2. Cowboys, you can't trust them. Buffalo, you can't trust them. I mean, really, John, of these 7 teams, there's only a couple you can trust from what you've seen their pedigree in the past. So let me get to my conspiracy theory.
Good. Uh-oh. There you go.
I got my conspiracy theory for everybody out there. John, thank you, Negan. Aaron Rodgers, I don't think he tore his Achilles, John. I don't think it's what they said. I don't think it was a complete tear at all. I really don't. I think if anything, it was a partial tear of his Achilles or whatnot. But John, this man was out there this past Sunday throwing the football out on the field, wearing basic athletic shoes. There's no boot. There's no cast. Technically, you're supposed to be in a cast for a certain amount of weeks. No boot, no cast, wearing tennis shoes, no crutches. My man's out there throwing. A lot of stuff I've read, John, this week about Aaron Rodgers. He's going to come out and say this holistic, yada, yada, this, and what's this? Everybody hated Aaron Rodgers with Mr. Anti-Vax and all this stuff and how he was public enemy number 1. And now what kind of a great story would it be in the NFL if he can come back from this injury and lead this Jets team and he puts himself out there in an AFC wildcard game and it's perfect for the NFL? John, something smells a little fishy with this Aaron Rodgers injury. I'm just saying. It doesn't add up right. Out of all these Achilles injuries at this point, the person should still be A, in a walking boot, B, should be in a cast, or still be on crutches. Not out there just walking around slinging it.
Brandon, that sounds crazy than KVD Tupac conspiracy. Man, there's no way, man. But I get the optics of what you saw. We must also know, man, that Aaron Rodgers is an intentional whore. Right?
Absolutely.
So he did know the camera he did know the camera was rolling. I don't want to take any way out of the conspiracy theory. I do believe there's some conspiracy theory around Aaron Rodgers. Everybody knows this. You can go back to episode 158 where he was. I kind of was like, man, what is he doing? Spilling blood? I thought that was crazy. But again, man, regardless of all that, man, I don't know how that'd be a quick turnaround, man. Still, man.
I'm just telling you, it's
partial Achilles, full tear. That'd be a quick turnaround.
D-Cod asked on the Facebook Live, how is Buffalo not ahead of Dolphins in my thing? I do know Buffalo beat them like 3 weeks ago. Put a stomping on them, I believe, 48-20. The problem, D-Cod, is Buffalo's got some severe injuries. That defense has lost a lot of key pieces while Miami is still healthy. Miami has not lost those pieces. So that's why Miami is ahead in the power rankings for me over Buffalo, because sooner or later that Buffalo defense is going to show. When you lose your all-pro, Matt Milano, when you lose those two, I can't think of his name, secondary, both guys in your secondary, that's going to add up. I mean, let's be real. The Giants damn near should have won that game the other night. Pass interference in the end zone twice. The hold on Darren Waller. Buffalo had no sense of winning that game. Their defense sucked in that game. I know they only gave up 9 points, but when you're giving up only 9 points to the third worst scoring team in the league with the Giants, that's why I've got them less than what the Dolphins are. So, Cowboys win 20-17 over the Chargers. John, is Justin Herbert a bad quarterback, or is he a product of that system in Los Angeles?
They got fired Coach Brady. He's not a bad quarterback. They got fired Coach. He can't win. He doesn't play. He doesn't coach great situational football. If Bill Belichick, everybody's going. It's like once they fire that dude, and once Bill Belichick becomes, on the open market or coach or whatever, and like there's going to be an automatic draw the line. But I don't know if the Chargers are going to offer him, Bill Belichick, the money that it's going to cost to get him to come to fix that. That team is well talented offensively. They drafted well besides Justin Herbert, right? And they brought in talent, retained talent besides Justin Herbert, right? The coach, he's going to get fired, man. He just doesn't coach great offensive. You know what I'm saying? What you have to have is situational. It's just not there.
That was the battle of two bad coaches.
Whoa, slow down, man. Mike McCarthy.
You don't trust him. You don't trust Mike McCarthy.
To win the games or win the Super Bowl, which one you ask me? Ask me both questions. I'll tell you no lies.
Regular season.
Can Mike McCarthy win games? Can Mike miss games win regular season games? Absolutely.
Playoffs.
He should roll out of bed 50-50. Super Bowl. I don't know.
Let me ask you this.
Playoffs, right?
John, you have 3 minutes, ball on your own 20, 3 timeouts. You're down by 5. You need a touchdown to win in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. The current quarterbacks we have now?
Who do you trust, Lamar Jackson or Dak Prescott? You have to pick one. Who are you rolling with?
You said Lamar or Dak Prescott?
Yep.
Why you have to pick on Lamar like that?
I'm not picking on Lamar. I'm just asking. I'll give you my answer. Then you can give me yours. I'm going to go with Dak. I just feel like Dak, and Dak's bad. Dak's bad at times. We've seen bad Dak. We've seen good Dak. But I just feel, I don't know, Dak has terrible control of the ball, but I still think he controls it a little bit better. Somebody was asking me this. I still think he controls it better than Lamar. He makes better decisions than Lamar. Lamar makes piss-poor decisions.
Right.
Dak makes bad decisions. So, I mean, they're both on that same spectrum on that level, but it's just one makes more catastrophe ones than the other. I would have to go Dak if I did have somebody ask me that. I would go Dak over Lamar for a 3 minutes to go drive.
If the game was tied, though, Brandon, I'm gonna give you that because I'm leaning with you, Dak. But if the game was tied, I'd probably lean Lamar.
Cooper Rush.
If the game was tied, stop it.
Why tied?
Because I think Lamar can get his best. He can get that's how they win games, man. How many times does he get the team into field goal range?
So you're saying Lamar is a product of Justin Tucker?
I think Lamar is a product of Jim Harbaugh, and Jim Harbaugh been able to, manage clock.
John Harbaugh is terrible managing clock, by the way. Terrible.
Well,
go back and watch the last 7 years of Steelers-Ravens games, and the Steelers or Ravens-Bengals. That's terrible. He is bad.
You pick on that part, but Yeah, but like I don't know, Brandon. I don't know. They've won more big games when it's close though. The Ravens have.
I don't.
Where he has to get where Lamar Jackson has to throw a touchdown and it's on the special teams to get it. And he's got some game winners too. But I'm just saying in a closer game, I would answer Lamar because I know. Let's go.
What's your trust level with the Cowboys this year?
They should win 11 games, Brady. They should win 11 games.
Okay.
It's a long season, man. We're not going. There's no big undefeated teams no more, man. That's over.
Right.
So the Cowboys should win 11 games. I know Cowboy Nation. That's like, man, what's this dude talking about? You talking about we just making the playoffs? We just okay? Yeah, that's what you are. You're just like,
damn.
No, you should win. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying what you said. Just responding to that. Just terrible. Hey,
like,
it's always a good week when the Steelers don't play. It's always a good week when Steelers don't play. I don't have to get all riled up, pissed off, that whole 9 yards for that. So I appreciate that. But let's go do our pick 'em for NFL. We'll get that done here. This week, John, first game Thursday night. Tomorrow night, we have Jaguars at the Saints. Derek Carr and the Saints. Ain't too bad. Ain't too bad.
Saints ain't too bad, man. Been good on the road, man. I'm gonna take the Saints to get a dub at home.
I've got the Saints as well in this one. I think they get the dub at the Superdome against the Jags. By the way, our rankings for NFL Pick'em straight up. This past week I went 9-8. John, you went 8-9. So overall, I'm 56-39, and you're 54-41. So you're just 2 games back in Pick'em for NFL. So these are straight up Pick'em is what we're doing. Probably one of the better games this week because there's some good games, and then there's just some. The rest of it kind of looks trash, to be honest. I mean, when we go through these, one of them I would be liking to watch: Lions Ravens. John, Lions Ravens. Lions 5-1 at the Baltimore Ravens. Who do you like?
Man,
is this the slip up?
I want to say they can be some world beaters again, man. But the Ravens got to start stringing rings. You know what I'm saying? The importance of stringing wins together is like and defending their, you know what I'm saying, at home is where they kind of drawing a line. Detroit is kind of horrible against mobile quarterbacks. They have been historically. I'm not saying Lamar's gonna go, you know what I'm saying, wild on them. They're gonna put up 30, but in a close game, I think they're probably turns the ball over, man. It's probably where they get their second loss, man. So give me the Ravens.
I'm going to take the Ravens as well. Ravens at home, Justin Tucker, field goal. Last week we thought that would be the game where the Lions would slip. If it's not then, they won. This is the week that they slip. So I got the Ravens as well. Raiders at the Bears. I don't think Justin Fields is going to play. I've been against the Bears all year, John. Why stop the trend now? Give me the Raiders.
Who wants to win this game, Brandon? Who wants this game? Who wants to win?
The Raiders do, I feel like, because the hot seat that your boy's on.
The homie got the hospital damn self.
Oh, I know. Well, no. Trustle's gone. Or Trussell, Jesus. Eberflus is gone. He's 5-30. That's a wrap at the end of the season. See ya. You're just keeping it warm for the next coach, Urban.
I'm about to invoke my first tie. It's gonna be a tie, bro.
Oh, John's going tie.
Everybody gets a tie. Everybody gets one tie per season. We do the same, right?
Yep, I already had mine, and I lost it in the fourth quarter. I really thought I was going to hit that a couple weeks ago. I really thought I was going to hit that tie.
Yeah, it's going to be a tie.
Okay. Browns at the Colts. Minshew Mania is over, John. The love affair is over. Colts, you need to get in that top pick so you can get your Marvin Harrison, which is another thing. Everybody's talking Marvin Harrison. I honestly don't think the wide receiver is the problem either as much. Yeah, Marvin Harrison may be good, but does he fit the system for what Steichen wants? We don't know that. When does
Right.
Steichen even think of Marvin? We don't know. That's more like a Jim Irsay thing with that. So maybe Steichen doesn't fit his station. Maybe Chris Ballard doesn't want. I mean, we've seen who the Colts want in the past, or the fans want, and Ballard goes against it. He's done left tackle. So I don't know where the Colts are going to go with this, but I'm taking the Browns.
Brandon, they mess around. Coach must be messing around entertaining Caleb Williams too next year.
You need to get Drake May.
We talked about that. No, Drake May, right? Drake May. This could be a close game, like a 13-9 game, where Cleveland kind of wins it and gets more aggressively defensively on the Colts, man. But give me the Colts, man. I think John Taylor rides to the occasion. In the rush game, rides to the occasion, man. We get a little push. Home game, Colts. Give me the Colts to win that game.
All right. Wow, interesting. Bills at Patriots. Plain and simple. Give me the Bills. Patriots are dead.
They don't run. I get it, Josh Allen. You have the MVP talk, and this could be a real good game where you can zip it up and put it. You know what I'm saying? Shut it down. You know what I mean? They could really make an embarrassment. Just get out of town. Just put up a good 25 points and on the New England Patriots and get out of town and take care of business, man. The Bills should win this.
Mac Jones is not the answer there in New England. I mean, how many times did a man get benched in a season?
Right, it's embarrassing.
Commanders at the Giants, John. I like Commanders. Sam Howell's looking good. Giants. Tyrod Taylor's your quarterback. You've got no quarterback, so give me the Commanders.
Washington it is. Big W.
Falcons at the Bucks. I like Baker Mayfield and the Bucks to get a win. I do.
Man, South went a little cookie, man. I thought, you know what I mean, they was gonna be about it, man. But yeah, Baker Mayfield, it's not mania. Just why? Maybe that's cool, man. It doesn't have to be mania. Maybe you like, you know how you like Tampa, and that part of Florida, everybody just don't be really checking for it. Like it's like under the radar, man. Why not, man? They're not going back to the Super Bowl. But why can't they have a winning record, man? Let's go. Baker Mayfield, Tampa Bucks. Let's go.
Okay. Steelers at the Rams. Give me the Rams in this one. I think the Rams win this game.
Steelers and Rams.
Yeah.
Man, it was bro. He's back out there, right?
Yeah, Pickett's playing. Deontay Johnson's back. Pat Freiermuth is back. But that Rams defense, man. I don't think. I know your Steelers are coming off a bye, but I just feel like, and all week on Pittsburgh Sports Radio, they've been talking. This is the Rams here. The Rams will get this win. So I have to agree with some of the things there. The offensive line is still a struggle.
I'll tell you, man. Well, the coach got to pick up these wins somewhere, man, and it will surprise you, man. I'm going to Steelers.
Okay. I got the Rams. You got the Steelers. Cardinals in Seattle. Give me Seattle. They bounced back after a tough loss last week. Cardinals still looking dead in the water. Kyler Murray tweeted out today, "I'm practicing." So then I responded back, "Are you talking about Call of Duty practicing or football practicing?"
Well, both of them, they line to the contract. So he got to tell them the video game, he got limited video game hours. Anyway, man. Remember that was the whole big thing? Why haven't they traded him? Or they can't trade him. He's hurt. But, nah, man. They're going to have a shiny new quarterback, too, next year, man, in Arizona. But, nah, go the other route.
So many bad games. So many bad games. Another one. Packers.
Yeah, Arizona.
Packers, Broncos.
Sorry,
rematch of the Super Bowl. Brett Favre versus John Elway and Terrell Davis.
Well, Packers, Broncos, man. The Broncos can't lose that game. That can't be a tie game either.
It's a wrap. Packers are beating them, John. I'm sorry.
No way.
Can I tell you something? The Broncos will be the ones next year drafting Drake May. Go ahead and clip that. The Broncos will be drafting Drake May as their quarterback. The Russ experience will be over. Huh?
Russ going to be playing the Jets. Russ going to be playing for the Jets.
He may be in Minnesota.
Oh, maybe. That'd be pretty good.
Or the Giants. You know, Sierra loves New York.
Nah, I think it's the Jets, man. It'd be the Jets.
Okay. So
The Giants ain't playing.
you're taking the Broncos in this? Or the Pack?
No, I'm taking the Packers, man. I gotta get on the winning side. This ain't like college football pick. College football pick, I pick with my heart. NFL, you gotta pick with your head.
Chargers at Chiefs. Another shitty game. Give me the Chiefs. No way Chargers win this one.
This would be the game they win, right?
Right?
Nah, man. The Chiefs been letting people hang around, man. So, like, if you bet spreads, don't. But nah, give me the Chiefs.
Probably the best game of the week besides the Lions and Ravens. We got to wait all the way to Sunday Night Football. Carrie Underwood. Dolphins at the Eagles. John, who you like in this one?
Damn, can the Dolphins zip up the Eagles? Can they put 30
If the Eagles were still undefeated, I'd say yes, but I think the Eagles are going to come in pissed off.
No, man, the Miami Dolphins got a zip. Like I'm tired of it, man. I want to join the game. You know, what is it, fish? I want to join that game, man. But like, no, man, can they zip them? 35 points. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. They don't put 35 points up with the Dolphins. I'm not going with the Dolphins no more.
No.
35 points, Miami.
Okay.
You got to do it. 35 points.
Friend of the program, sponsor Scott K. Nichols said just now joining. Has my Lions been discussed? Yes, Scott, they've been discussed. How impressive that they've been. How I've liked them. I thought that we both thought last week would be the week they would have slipped up against the Bucs, but they were very impressive with their performance. I enjoyed it. Lions have this division basically at their fingertips here. I put them actually, Scott, when I put my rankings out, I've got them at number 3 in the power rankings right now, the Detroit Lions. So John just says he doesn't know if he can trust them going deep in the playoffs. This week with them against the Ravens at Baltimore, me and John unfortunately both have the Ravens winning this game. This they didn't slip up last week. Man, this is probably the slip up this week. Goff maybe throws a pick. Ravens run the ball, get themselves in a field goal position for Tucker to win it. Could be sloppy weather conditions there in Baltimore as well. Unfortunately, we have the Ravens there, but we love what the Lions have been doing so far.
Hey, if you want to win some money, though, find out the line on if Lamar Jackson will throw an interception, because that's going to happen.
I'll take a look for you real quick while we're talking. Last game, John, of the week, Monday Night Football, 49ers at the Vikings. Who do you like?
Who's at the Vikings?
49ers.
Oh, they're going to get their field back, man. Give me the 49ers.
I don't know how healthy they're going to be. I'd go into this game. I really don't. Here's my upset of the week. Give me the Vikings. Give me the Vikings in an upset.
Uh-oh. Wow.
Hey, we're each due for an upset, right? So you took the Colts. I'm taking the Vikings. So give me a second. I'm looking here. I'm trying to have the odds come up. I mean, it's probably plus money it's probably not plus money for Lamar to throw a pick. So passing props, Lamar Jackson, interceptions, over a half an interception. So for him to throw an interception is minus 105. For under is minus 125. So you want to make a little bit of good money there, put him at one interception. You can make some good money. $10 will win you 9.
There you go.
So that definitely can happen. Yeah, Montgomery's out. I'm pissed off, Scott. Montgomery's out. He has been my workhorse on my fantasy football team this year. So, but him out. Gibbs, I'm hearing, is possibly coming back. He's practicing. I got him in another league. So, Jamison Williams, he had a good touchdown last week. You got to see it right there in the end zone. I was still looking for viral video of you dancing in the stands, so I didn't see it from anybody posting it, so I was a little upset with that. But, man, how far can Jared Goff take this team? Can we trust him, John? I know you've talked about it plenty of times.
They got to keep him clean. He's been sacked 10 times this year. that's a little concerning at midpoint, and because we're not even technically at the midpoint. The season I get is 6 games, but like that's a little concerning. So as long as he stays clean and keeps the interception free, I think he's under by 5 right now. I think they're at 3 interceptions or so, 11 touchdowns, something crazy like that. Don't quote me on that, man. But like, man, no, man, it should be a close competitive game. It's just that the Ravens at home. But like the Ravens at home in a game where they know they need because they don't want to get back in their own division. You know what I'm saying? Be looking, like you said, like they could be looking at that if this guy loses, you know what I'm saying, week 15, week 16, if they need. Could be close.
Yeah. Lions, John, minus 550 to win the NFC North. For them to be the Super Bowl champions, plus 1,300. 13-1 is the odds for them to win the Super Bowl.
Oh, wow.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seventh best odds in the league, which is interesting because 49ers, Chiefs, Eagles, Dolphins, Bills, Cowboys, Lions. There's my 7 teams right there that I ranked in my power rankings, and they're the top 7 for a Super Bowl. So we'll see what happens there. Awards. We were talking most valuable player, John. Who wouldn't want to sprinkle a little money on Jared Goff? Maybe can we get the old Jared Goff? You know, I mean, he's plus 2,000, so he's 20-1 odds to win the most valuable player if they can kind of keep up with their going. Coach of the year, Dan Campbell, is plus 250 right now. I think that would be the best bet for somebody to take right now. Justin Powell, I know you're watching. You were talking about the battle of the Bama quarterbacks with Tua against Jalen Hurts. But I'm telling you right now, you want to make a good bet, make some money. Coach of the year, Dan Campbell, plus 250. I think that's a great bet. I think Campbell wins that Coach of the year. Mike McDaniel, second at plus 275, and then Kyle Shanahan. But I think it's Campbell, and I think that's an easy bet to make. I'm actually going to make that bet as soon as I get off we get off the airwaves here. Your buys this week, John: Panthers, Bengals, Cowboys, Texans, Jets, and Titans. Looking ahead just next week, a quick sneak peek of the games. Since this past week was complete crap, you got Bucks at the Bills. You've got Rams at the Cowboys, Saints at the Colts, Jags and Steelers, Eagles and Commanders, Bengals and 49ers, rematch of Super Bowl 25, maybe?
There you go.
And Monday Night Football, Raiders, Lions. But you're going to love those. But before you get to that, John, you got to watch Sunday Night Football. And I'm sorry. That week it will be Bears and Chargers.
Another potential tie game.
Yeah, you can't flex that. So
I can't have 2. I already got my 1.
Yeah. All right, let's bring our guy on real quick, D-Cot, before we have Tanner come on. Give me 1 second here. D-Cot, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, fellas? A little bit under the weather this week. Sorry about not getting in last weekend. I was in Franklin, in Tennessee, but wanted to touch base a couple things on this NFL we're talking about. So I know I made the comment about Brandon, how you picked Miami against over Buffalo, and I understand that Milano was out. Milano didn't score any touchdowns. He didn't score any touchdowns, and the deal is Miami, as that weather gets colder, the short passing offense is going to have some challenges. And I would still take Buffalo, even though the last weekend's game against the Giants was a Vegas game. No way you run the ball with 8 seconds to go, no timeouts 13 seconds to go, and no timeouts thinking you're going to score. And then the same thing at the end of the game, you throw in the end zone and 2 pass interference not called. So I think there's a Vegas play there somewhere. And I just don't believe that Miami has that cachet to get over that hump. I think people are saying it's Buffalo's turn. And again, I like Miami much more than I like Buffalo. I just don't see that happening for Miami this season.
Yeah, we said that we and like we said, me and John were talking. Can we trust Miami really in November, December until they prove it to us? So I think we're a little gun shy on them just based off of past performances. When it gets to November, they look sexy. Correct. In September, October. You get to there. Now, their biggest key is they need to win this division. They need to stay ahead of Buffalo. They're already a game up on Buffalo right now. They need to stay ahead that way. When they play them, again, the last game of the season, it's in Miami. Thank God for them. But they need to make sure that following week or two that they're not going to Buffalo or one of those cold weather teams. So they need to continue their winning ways. They go to Baltimore, it's a wrap. They go to Cincinnati, I think it could be a wrap,
I don't think they don't have that power. I think McDaniel is a hell of a coach, but I just don't think they got that power to tough it out on one of those 2 games for Tua for 119 yards, right? Something like that. I don't think they can handle that because they're a speed team.
Right.
So to that point, if they're at home, I'm okay with them. If they're not at home, I don't see that working for them for sure. But I agree with your point though there. Okay. So we talking college football too, right?
Yeah. We're getting to have Tanner on here shortly to go through college football. What's up? What you got?
Okay. So I just want to SEC weekend. This is a big weekend, man. Last weekend was good. Jimbo's done, man. You can say what you want. Jimbo's done. Lord. The only reason why he's still a coach now is because there's 55 million reasons why he still needs to be there. That's it. I just don't know that he's the guy. Well, at this point, he's not the guy because they paid him all that money. You get, I think, top 7 recruiting classes in the last 4 years, and this is what you get. I would say if there's some oil tycoon down there in Texas that's willing to help out, I wouldn't be surprised if this is his last season and Petrino takes over. Just as an FYI. I wouldn't be.
I thought you was gonna take the high road and be like, man, Alabama, they just want these teams in the top, 11, 12 that just won't go away. And I get it. They're not balling people. I guess that's what people want. They want Alabama to maul. I'm one of those people. I want Alabama to maul. And you don't have to win by 40.
Right.
You got to win by at the end of the game, and that's what they've done.
Jonathan, you remember there's a certain host of yours that's next to you virtually told me I was crazy as hell about 4 weeks ago, and I said Milroe gives him that chance.
He's still crazy.
And as the season goes, and I said they're going to get better, and I'm going to tell you now, people are sleeping on that defense, and I know. This is the best defense.
But that's who won the game for him this past weekend.
Best defense since 2017, period. The backfield, defensive backfield, stellar across the board. They finally got some meat up front, some heavyweights. I'm telling you, don't be surprised. And I told you last week, it was 2 weeks ago, it was, I said, battle by 10 over an A&M. I'm sticking to the same thing with Tennessee. You know why? Because they figured out Tennessee. That nice spread offense. You got your receivers far out pass.
Yeah, I don't have any concerns about Alabama.
They owe them an ass whooping from last year. They owe them an ass beating.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they should be in any game this year. And it's the only concerning thing is kind of like that's kind of Jekyll and Hyde though. God, you don't want like a Jekyll and Hyde team where Milrose is like blowing it up the week before against Ole Miss, and then like this, and then this past game was like kind of like earthly. It wasn't heavenly. You know what I mean? So
I'm with you.
Like, I really don't have nobody. When the competition and the talent levels up, when they have to play at Georgia or LSU, those are the concerns. But then, like, Nick Saban can navigate his way in an LSU game because Brian Kelly has got this.
Thank you. Hey, Jonathan, you took the words out of my mouth. I said the great thing.
They gave Brian Kelly the keys. Is it Ferrari? I don't know. Maybe it's a Maserati. I don't know. It's one of those cars. And he's pissing. He's driving it like he's driving a Sentra.
Yeah. Believe me. And that's the thing. I was going to say that, right? LSU worried me from an offensive perspective because of the quarterback, right? He can get out of the pocket. He can make things happen. But the good thing about this, both teams have 2 weeks to prepare. Anytime Brian Kelly has had 2 weeks to prepare for a team as talented or better than him, he's shit to bed. So that's why I can hang my hat on that part. Look it up. This is not feelings. This is fact. But the last thing I would say is, I want to see Georgia Bama in the SEC title game. I want to see big on big, good on good. Let's see what happens. So we'll see what happens after this weekend.
Well, you want the best version of Georgia? Because right now they're going through a little hurt locker right now.
Yeah, the tight end got hurt, and that's so be it. But again, you got the last 3 years, you had top 5 recruiting classes. You got 5 stars all across the board. I promise you, they got a 4 or 5 star tight end.
Right, they ain't got no tickets down there.
Exactly. So that's what we're looking for that weekend. That's when I think if the opportunity presents itself. But maybe we go live LSU Bama that Saturday. That's the I want to say it's the 5th, November 5th. If I remember right. November 5th.
Right.
The reason why I bring up
all the teams that won't die is because Alabama has to play the one loss game because potentially the Pac-12 is going to cannibalize itself again once Oregon and Washington and USA play one another, and then they kind of put themselves out of that top 4 contention.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting last 3 weeks, 4 weeks of the season. You're talking about Bama, Tennessee, Bama, LSU, and don't sleep on the Bama Auburn game. That game is in Montgomery this year, and it wouldn't surprise me if Auburn put them a fight similar to what they did against Georgia a few weeks ago. Wouldn't surprise me.
Right.
Okay, Deacon, I got 2 things.
But we'll see what happens.
Last 2 things for you.
Sure.
One, first one is going to be Pacers start up next Tuesday. You like what you see so far?
I'm fired up, man. You have no idea, man. I'm fired up. Obi, you already know how I feel about the Pacers. Turner came out talking about the rookie second-round pick.
What I tell you.
Come along really well. Yes. Come along really well. Not the Turner's a coach, right? But you're talking about the depth of guys that are really ready to play and got something to prove. Do y'all listen to XM Radio? Mark Boyle did an interview for the Pacers preview for the season. Did y'all listen to that?
I don't. I can't stand listening to Rick Mahorn.
No. This was the Pacers. This is the Pacers preview. So Mark Boyle did it. He had Tyrese on, and man, it was good, man. He talked about not liking to lose, didn't want to be in Indiana. Also, by the way, he didn't want to leave Sacramento, but he said once he got through it, he understood, and he said he's ready for a breakout. He said he wants to stay healthy. He wants to play 82 games. They all say that in September and October. But let's see what happens.
Right.
I got a feeling, man. We talked. Remember last week, 2 weeks ago, I said 38.5 wins. I'm telling you now, 40.5.
Oh, Johnny went up.
40.5.
I said 39 and a half.
About my boys. I'm 40.5. I'm feeling good about my boys, man.
Okay.
I'm feeling good at 40, man.
2 other things.
We'll figure out. Sure.
Number 1, it's a travesty and it's a disgrace that down there at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, they sell an effing Pacers shirt with the Jordan logo on it. That's a disgrace.
You talking about comment, right? You talking about comment.
That's
right?
disgusting, yes.
It's beyond disgusting. It's beyond disgusting. And then you have people say, well, you're a hater. No, this is Indiana. This isn't Chicago.
Right.
So
just like Utah. Utah pulled it. They pulled it off the shelves. As they should.
Smart move. Yeah, smart move. That's not hater. But, and this is the social deal. All this verbiage is haterism. Like, oh, you're a hater. Just because I don't like what you like doesn't mean I'm a hater. Doesn't mean I don't like what you like. That's
right.
it.
Yeah.
So let's do this. Let's go live one of the games this season. I think I got the 27th. I think the 28th. The home game the 28th. We've got that one. And also, by the way, I just realized I got the gold package, and I've got Victor from San Antonio. I saw some guys in highlights, man. I saw him. The rookie from France.
Oh, yeah.
Dude. Do you all remember Stretch Armstrong? You can stretch his arm and keep going.
Remember, I still got one.
Oh, do you with me?
Yeah.
That's who I saw. So it's going to be real interesting to see how this guy plays.
Last
I got a feeling he's a superstar.
Last thing I got is please tell me you saw. So the Knicks brought back some legends to play in a little pickup game or whatever for their fans during their fan. Please tell me. I sent you both. I posted the picture all over. Raymond Felton looked like he ate 3 versions of himself. That boy.
4. I was thinking 4.
John.
Raymond Felton like he play offensive line. He's like he play offensive line right now.
For the Giants, right?
The Giants need some help.
For the Giants, he used to be a point guard. Man. Oh my goodness.
Man, he was
right.
big
Carolina,
boy.
Right?
Yeah, point guard from Carolina, man. He looked like he could be like a left tackle.
So
right
yeah,
now.
definitely. But definitely, I know you guys got your picks and everything. But look, I'll definitely be watching the game obviously Saturday. I know you guys went live last week. Give me a heads up. I'll log in and I'll keep my eyeballs on it. Definitely love the conversation on the Saturdays, man. We're looking at all this Vegas impact.
Dude, the football
on these scores.
College football that took over the world from Tuesday to Saturday, man. It's crazy.
Hey, isn't that a beautiful thing though? Last week, I remember last week, NFL. You all saw the Asian lady at the San Diego game. You saw the picture of her at the Minnesota game. Tell me I'm wrong. NFL turned it into the WWE. You remember back in the day, fellas, when they had all the signs up, they were handing out signs for video, and they were bringing folks in to watch the WWE. Say, hey, so and so went to the match and all of that.
she's a
Does
plant.
that feel WWE like?
Yeah, she's a plant.
They didn't put a plan in this.
No, I'm talking about that one, not just that one. But remember, overseas, we're over here in London. Last weekend, these two tools. You've got Kurt Warner and the other dude. Kurt Warner on NFL Network. Kurt Warner and anyway, they were talking about how the Baltimore fans travel. They were talking about how Tennessee fans travel. Do they know those people aren't plants? They those jerseys, they have them out there. If you're a Tennessee fan, you're not traveling to London.
Do you know all those jerseys are cheaper over there too? So they can get whatever they want at the pro shop?
Believe me, I know, been there. And that's what I'm saying. You're not going to sell out a stadium there. And people are clowning me. They're like, oh, you're just a hater. Hey, pay attention.
Right.
That was so obvious to me, man. And it's
they do travel. That continentally, they do travel.
Do you?
People do travel.
Yeah, but we're talking London. We're not talking about west side of Texas.
Right. Do you? Do you want to send your condolences to your friend? I saw he's got COVID.
He was supposed to message me. I've been working. I've been a little bit under the weather myself, but we were supposed to get together. But I gotta reach out to him, man, make sure he's all right. I give him a lot of hell, but he does a lot. And as we go, man, sometimes we gotta slow down a little bit, man. We do a little too much.
Yeah, he's doing too much. He's got to go.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes we gotta slow down. I told myself that this morning, man. So I understand it. But no, good stuff, man. As always, press about this conspiracy of NFL people in London acting like the stadium's full with real football fans. That's just not real, man. So every time they clown about wrestling fake, I'm gonna tell them NFL fake. Okay, so that's my 2 cents. Appreciate you all the time for sure.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'll keep listening, fellas. Y'all be safe, man.
See you, D-Con. All right, that's our guy,
Thank you.
D-Con John. Got to go straight there. We're running a little behind schedule, but we got to bring our guy.
That's all right.
It's so hard for me to sit back here in this studio looking at a guy out here hollering my name when last year I spent more money on spilled liquor in bars from one side of this world to the other
than that guy made. And that guy is Tanner Penrod. T, what's going on?
What's happening, fellas? Not much. Just sitting here watching a little baseball.
Yeah, what's the score? Is it still 0-0?
Yeah, it's still 0-0.
Hey, I got 2 futures I placed before the playoffs started, T. I put $25
Hopefully you took the Rangers.
I put 25 on the Rangers, and I put 25 on the Phillies. I'm sitting pretty right now. If they can both get there, I'm gonna make a profit.
I like the 2 teams you got there.
Yeah. If I can
What you should do is see how it's going early. Like, I don't know, or try to make money on both. Maybe get that series. If you think's gonna win, take one, cash out, hope the other one wins, get more money.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Well, I'll take the winnings because it's like $100 and something dollars. No, it's $200 and something dollars. So I may take then a bet on the other team to win,
Right.
and do it for like 200 and something. That way, if I lose, I'm getting that 200 back that I'm going to win.
Right. Yeah. You might be able to cash something out before the series starts and then put something on something else. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Ooh, I just won a bet just now
Yeah.
while I'm talking to you. I just won the Penguins and Red Wings goal in 10 minutes boost that they had. So scored in 53 seconds.
Okay.
Love that.
But, I've been watching. I'll just make a quick. I've been watching a little hockey. That little guy from that 18-year-old dude is going to be all right for Bedard.
Bedard's going to be a beast.
Blackhawks.
Yeah.
I don't know how much hockey you talk on here, so I'll give him a little shout out.
Yeah, for
that'll be a great franchise player for the Blackhawks.
Absolutely. Boys. College football. One of the best games we had last week, Oregon and Washington. Boys, we pushed on it, but I won my bet. I actually made a DraftKings bet. I got Washington at -2.5, so I covered that. We pushed on our bet.
Should have won that whole thing. They picked that away.
Yeah, they did. They did there late. And then Notre Dame and USC. Tanner, me and you took Notre Dame in a rout, and John took USC.
Yeah. I gotta get in here real quick. Over here taking it. USC just made Caleb Williams. Notre Dame made Caleb Williams their bitch.
Exactly. So this week,
and now he wants ownership. Now. Did you read that? He wants ownership.
Yep.
With the team, the only ownership that he's got right now is Indy owning his ass.
We did well this week again, boys. That's 2 of the last 3 weeks. Let's go ahead and let's clap it up. Me and John went 6-3-1. Tanner 5-4-1. So we gained a game, John, on Tanner. So I'm back, boys. I'm 32-2. So I'm at 500. John is 34-2. 2 games back of me, and then Tanner's 38-26-2. 6 games up on me. But 2 out of the last 3 weeks, boys. The 3 of us had solid weeks. So well done. Let's continue it another week. What do you say?
Yeah, I think this week's slate looks a little hard. I had to do a little I did a little research. I'm still digging in here right now as we talk.
First game I liked. Oh, by the way, Ball State, John. Mike New.
Oh, yeah.
Mike New said we're going to change that offensive philosophy. We're going to make some wholesale changes. Yeah, you put a freshman quarterback in there that's going to be, quote, your future, and you couldn't even score a touchdown. What offensive changes was made? Went from scoring touchdowns to no touchdowns. That was it.
Yeah, he better get together because Maction starts in 2 weeks.
He better get together because Jonathan Birdsong is restless and he's starting to call for some heads.
It ain't just me. It's Cardinal Nation, man. The chirpers is just chirping, bro.
So with that said, first game, Central Michigan -4.5 at Ball State. John, we'll have you start it.
Listen, I've always said this, man. It's a quote from The Godfather. You never go against the family. And I'm not going against the family this week either, man. Give me Ball State.
John's taking Ball State. I'm going to take Central Michigan. Why go against a good thing right now? Right now we're cashing bets, taking these other teams like we did last week. So I'm taking Central Michigan -4.5. Tanner?
I'm with you again. I don't think I'm sold completely on Ball State. 1-6. Central Michigan's 4-3, coming off a win. They struggled a little bit. They beat a 1-6 Akron team 17-10 at home. But I think they played some. They got drummed by Notre Dame early on in the year. I thought I saw that. Man, you know what? I might actually. They don't look too hot. I've been looking at them. They don't do real good on the road. I'm going to go with John. I'm going to say Ball State might ride this one out here. I don't do this very often. I'm going to go Cardinals. It's home. I think it's homecoming.
No,
too.
that was last week.
Yeah.
Home-
Was it?
Yeah, homecoming was last week with the big 6 points.
I'm still going to ride it. I'm going to ride it. Ball State catching points
All
at
right.
home. I'll go to the Cardinals this week.
All right, you guys go Ball State. I got Central Michigan. Next game, Rutgers minus 4.5 at Indiana. Tanner.
Come on, Tom Allen. You got to get it together, man. This is it. But Rutgers is
They're
really,
losing.
I thought Rutgers was a little bit better this year.
They are. Rutgers is winning. I'll go first. Rutgers minus 4.5.
I'm taking Rutgers minus 4.5 as well.
Snap calling it. I'll be quick.
Why don't they just pay the $20 million buyout? That's the elephant in the room, man. Why don't they just do it? It's only
They
$20
can't, man.
million.
They can't afford it. They're giving too much of a raise to Mike Woodson.
John, you can't ride every Indiana team. Sometimes you gotta fade them.
Man,
Tom Allen's terrible.
give me Rutgers, but this should have been a team. This is the game that he should just he got to put 25 points up on Rutgers.
Well, you can put up 25, but you give up 40.
That Rutgers team got old coaches back there, right?
Shiano.
That was there. Yeah, that's when Ball State went to that damn
Yeah,
international
and
bowl,
Kenny
Ray
Britt
Rice.
was stiff arming everybody.
Yeah.
We got Ray Rice ran 285 on us up in Toronto.
And Kenny
But
Britt
he's
was
done a good job. He's
smashing
got
us.
the defense. Yeah. So I think the D's too strong there. I mean, I don't know IU rolls on defense too, but I think they're deep and they got a little bit more offense. I think IU can. Nope.
Okay.
And I hate taking road.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about a Purdue game this year or this week, Tanner. You don't have to worry about the Purdue game.
Oh my goodness.
And I took them. And so
You took them.
Yeah,
Jonathan called you out for it too.
yeah. Dumb.
Next game, boys, probably best of the week.
That's like
Penn State
oh, yeah.
at Ohio State. Ohio State minus 4. I'll go first on this one. I'm going to take Ohio State minus the 4. I think they win this and cover it. I think they win by at least 7.
Who's Ryan?
You want to go or you want me to go?
Who's Ryan Day gonna be looking for after the game is over? After Ohio State wins? Who's Ryan Day gonna
Joe
be?
Pop.
He's probably gonna be. He's gonna be going. He's
He's
gonna be looking for. He's gonna be looking for Sandusky because he's gonna be taking it out. Yeah.
Oh, woo!
Ohio State, man.
Yeah. And if you don't know that, that's my opinion. Go Nittany Lions.
All right. So Tanner's taking Penn State. We're taking Ohio State. All right. That's going to be a good game. That's going to be a good game. But I don't trust Ryan
I
Day.
think I like the under the best.
But if I don't like Ryan Day, I don't like Ryan Day, but I can't trust James Franklin either. But I will tell you this, Tanner. Any other game, James Franklin is, I think he's 6-0, covering the spread this year.
Dude, they cover spread. He loves to cover spread. So if they're losing, he's going to cover that. Up 25 and the spread's 27, and he's airing it out to cover.
Yep.
Get a guy that covers, he covers. I think their defense is stronger than Ohio State.
Okay.
I mean, so I don't think that quarterback's seen anything yet like this guy. And the secondary for Penn State is lights out.
Tennessee at Alabama. Bama 9-point favorites. John.
Alabama. They're like zombies. They ain't won't die.
I'll roll with you. I'll roll with you. I think Bama's a great pick here too. I know they folded like a bunch of idiots last week when they were up 24-6. Could have covered that spread, didn't give up all those points and didn't score for like the last 17 minutes of the game. But I think they want redemption after last year when Tennessee hung 51 points on them.
Yeah, I agree.
So when they hung 51 on them, I think that is I think saving I think Milroe he was getting it back together, and then they kind of messed it up last week, and they played a great first half. They were up 21-6. I thought they were going to steamroll them, win by 30. And then I think they got a little sluggish, but it could have been a little. I'm a big fan of these trap games before they got a big game, and I just think Alabama is ready come Saturday. And FYI, changing no wild pitch in this game. Houston up 1.
Damn it. Actually, and the funny thing is, I got the Rangers in the series to win the World Series. I actually took the Astros in this game just because I feel like they're not going to get swept. So
no,
that's I got them at +105.
They had base. Yeah, I thought the Rangers Scherzer had bases loaded with only 1 out. Scherzer got him to get out of it. Got him.
I don't trust Scherzer's arm, man. Dead arm.
Wild pitch.
Got a dead arm.
Sure. And then another knock. They're scoring 2. It's about to be 3 this
There we go.
Yep.
Well, just as long as they don't win the series, because then I'm screwed.
Live updates for you on Crossroads Sports. 3-0 Astros on the set.
There we go. See, just as long as they don't win the series, I'll be all right. So, I'm taking Bama as well. Real quick to snap call that. Taking Bama redemption from last year in Tennessee. Saban ain't gonna let that happen again to him, especially at home. So I'll take Bama. Next one, gentlemen, Washington State at Oregon. Oregon, 19.5-point favorite. Woo! I feel like that's big against the Washington State team. It was good until the loss last.
Couple weeks. I know that's why it's got me twisted.
I'm going to take Washington State
Oregon.
plus the 19.5. Maybe lose by 14. 19.5 is a lot. Give me Washington State. I'll snap it. John.
I like Oregon. I'm going Oregon.
Oh, yeah.
I think
I'm going Oregon.
Okay. Tanner?
I'm gonna go with Reese too. Washington State got absolutely drummed at home.
Yeah.
I think they were looking forward to this game right here. Arizona got caught in there and got absolutely. I think they're going to do a little reassessment. I'm just with Brandon Knight. They got to lose by like 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So I'm with. Oregon was looking nice. I know they're going to want to go out there and do something because of the way they went out losing that game last week. So I'm just hoping it's either going to be, I think Washington State's going to stay in there, or Oregon's going to be really bad. It's going to get ugly early. I'm hoping for the first thing. Or Washington State can just fight them off and hang in there. If they hang in there for the first half and it's close, I think they got definitely a chance.
All right.
To cover that. So I'll go Cougars.
Next game, Ole Miss -6.5 at Auburn. Tanner.
I like the way Auburn played against Georgia. I think if they can play that same way again, Ole Miss is in trouble. I think Ole Miss could probably squeak one out, but 6.5. I'll take War Eagle on this one.
Okay. John?
Give me the Hugh Freeze and War Eagles.
Okay. I'll take Ole Miss. I can't let the lane train down. Somebody's got to take him. I can't be the curse, right?
I'm going to play the trade there. You take Lane Train every time. Like me, I love it.
Hey, Lane's my boy. So you guys take. Yeah, you probably should take Auburn at home, getting points. Dog road at home. Tanner. It's the things that we talk about, but 7 points, they win by 7.
Yeah.
It's over. So I win my bet there. So I'll take Ole Miss there. One that I'm intrigued with, gentlemen, Duke at Florida State. Florida State 14-point favorites at home against Duke. I don't want to get trapped into this one. I really don't. I want to take Duke. plus the 14 in this game. I keep going back and forth on this one, Tanner. I think I'm going to take Florida State minus 14. I don't know.
I think I am too, only because
I will tell you, I will not bet this game.
Gonna try.
I will not.
Was that Duke quarterback trying to play?
Well, I've been looking for injuries. I haven't seen any update.
Did he play
on it.
last? I don't see him on there anymore. Did he play last week or no?
Keep talking. I'll look.
I'm with you. If they're on that backup quarterback, or even if this guy's out there limping, I know they had a really good win. They beat somebody last week, and it was pretty handily, and I didn't think they would take care of them.
Florida State beat Syracuse. And Duke beat NC State.
Yeah, and it was with that backup quarterback. He only threw 12 times.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, if that backup quarterback's in there and they shut this run game down, I'm rolling with Florida State too. Go Seminoles. Renegade's going to be out there on that horse, flaming that arrow on that 50-yard line. Tomahawk chop's going to be going loud at Doak Campbell.
Okay.
Give me the Seminoles.
John?
I'm going Florida State.
Florida State, simple man a few words. He knows he's taking Deion's team.
That's a free. That's a free. Oh, that's not the only one we're all on. I was like, what's the sound when we all take the same one?
Well, it was. Who was it? I can't even find. I might have got rid of the sounder. Nope, there it is.
Bronco Country, let's ride.
We all ride it together with Russ.
Yeah, there we go.
We ride with Russ.
Yeah.
By the way, gentlemen, was it last week when I went to bed and Colorado was up 29-0, and then they lose in double overtime?
Yeah, that's a complete. Yeah, what a meltdown!
Holy cow!
Meltdown.
Terrible.
Man.
John didn't even get his Colorado clothes from Fanatics didn't even arrive yet before that happened.
I went to 19th after work just to grab a quick to decompress, and I watched it till halftime, and I was like, I don't have to turn this on. I'm going to bed. I literally left the bar at halftime like 11:30. I was like, this is over.
I sent John a picture. Do you know Dick's Sporting Goods sells Prime shirts, Colorado sweatshirts?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I sent him a picture. Carmel one here in Carmel. I got Deion Sanders Colorado sweatshirts for sale. Wild. All right, last two games.
I don't know how Logan Paul is. If I'm Logan Paul, I'm trying to do some sort of sponsorship of Prime and put it together.
Yeah, for sure.
Telling you.
Utah.
Sure. Yeah.
Utah at USC. USC minus 6.5. These two teams always seem to play it somewhat close. USC can't tackle anybody. I'm going to take Utah. Plus the points.
Notre Dame. Y'all saying Notre Dame showed the way how to beat USC.
I think Utah keeps it close.
Bad. That was horrible.
Oh, they don't.
Are we sure? Are y'all sure USC's a Big Ten team? They coming to the Big Ten win next year?
Yep.
Who's lying? You better come with some offensive linemen.
Uh-oh.
If you let Notre Dame, I hope they listen to me out there in California. I hope they are. If you come with that same offensive line play that you played against Notre Dame, all right, let's just be honest. We all know the Big Ten wants Notre Dame. I don't think that they ain't coming to the Big Ten, but let's just say Notre Dame was to just drop right now into the Big Ten. They put up 40. Come on, Notre Dame ain't put up no 40 points on nobody in the Big Ten, not this year. You know what I'm saying?
You're
right. Thank you for correcting me. I'm sorry. Bloomington.
Maybe Purdue.
Yeah. Purdue.
Yeah.
Mercy killed around 38. They would put up 38 Purdue.
Okay.
They would put up 40 on Purdue. They would. You know what I'm saying?
Just but my point is, they play each other. They got a little rivalry, but IU,
man, I don't even know if USC's a daggone Big Ten team. They better fix it, man, and fix it down, man. So I can't go to Utah though, man. That's crazy. But so I'm going USC
Okay, Tanner.
to fix it.
Man, I really want to go. What? Reed, have you heard anything on this the quarterback?
Man,
He's coming back this year or not?
I think he's coming back. I like the backup too. He's played well this year.
I do. Yeah. I mean, man, it's up. I see it up to 7. People are just betting the hell. Man, he those kids. No.
They're saying it might be medical red shirt.
Don't want that, maybe. Yeah.
Cameron, he's probably gonna Michael. Yeah, he's probably gonna Michael Penix his way up to it. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like 23 years old, win the Heisman or something crazy.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm going back to USC. I just saw a stat that I don't trust. I'm taking USC minus 6.5.
That's what I like. If Utah was if this game was at Utah all day long, that's crap with the quarterback and everything. I'm gonna go US. I think they gotta figure that out. I mean, after getting that ass whooping, they gotta put it on somebody.
While filling in for Cam Rising, Utah's Bryson Barnes and Nate Johnson have combined for just 4 touchdowns through 6 games. Caleb Williams has 23 through 7.
Oh yeah, they're just ground and pounding people. I just looked at it.
Yeah, everybody ain't got with Notre Dame. We must know that Notre Dame got good offensive and defensive line play this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So everybody ain't got with Notre Dame.
I mean,
that's why I'm USC.
I mean, the problem is Utah loves to run, and that's what Notre Dame did to them. So, I mean, it's going to be back and forth.
Yeah. That's what we said last week. They can't tackle. USC don't know how to tackle.
Yeah, they can't. They don't, and that's the problem.
The flags though.
And that's a problem going into the Big Ten next year. If you can't tackle.
Hopefully, USC can get on them early, and it turns them into a passing team. That's what I'm hoping for. Because if you make Utah pass the ball, they're in deep shit. So hopefully USC's smart enough on the defense. I'd stack 7 in that box every time and make those teams beat me passing. He threw last week, I thought. He was 15 for 21 for 128 yards. So it looks like he's just dinking a diamond pass. And that was against California, who's
right.
Hasn't been good since Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun Jackson was there. So
okay. You're on USC?
I think I'm on USC too.
All right. We're all 3 on USC.
Bronco country, let's ride.
All right. Thanks, Russ. We're riding on there. Last game, just because I think it's intriguing, I'm actually going to bet this game. As a matter of fact, I've already bet it. Clemson -4 at Miami. We talked about the atrocity that Miami had, where they all had to do was kneel the damn ball down and all hell broke loose. Guys, I like Miami +4 at home against Clemson. This Clemson team it's not the Clemson we remember from the last 6 years. It's more the Clemson we remember from the last 20 years. So I'm taking Miami +4, and I'm betting that one.
Again, Brandon, Clemson's one of the teams that just won't die. They're not getting back into a playoff contention conversation. But can they slip up and mess around being a top 11, top 12? This is how they get back into it, by jumping off, you know what I'm saying, propelling off Miami, man. I'm going Clemson.
Okay. Tanner.
I'm with you, Reed. Miami was in that game. They were winning at halftime against North Carolina last week. Drake May ended up having a pretty good game, if I do recall. Let me just double check mine. I mean, not passing. I mean, he had 4 touchdowns. He wasn't completion percentage really wasn't there, but that Des Walker dude showed out like we said he would last week.
Yep.
Give him props finally getting in there. I mean, he had 6 for 132. I know someone throw that out there. What a great game. I mean, I think that's going to be a potential game changer. North Carolina, Mac Brown's never been the guy that had great defense. I'm just going to do a little quick thing for UNC, but you can't. Doesn't even say that UNC's sneaky good because they're ranked 10th, but I think they can scare some people just with that offense. If he can get that defense to play, they can make some noise come that ACC championship game between them and Florida State should be really good. So, with that, I like Miami too. They hung in there. They're at home. They're going to get it back after that debacle, I think. So I'm with you. We're catching 4 at home. Give me the Hurricanes.
All right, perfect. Tanner, thank you as always, my man. We'll continue the conversation on Twitter and on Facebook this weekend. And I don't give a shit what you say. A Michael Jordan emblem on a Pacers shirt is a travesty.
No, that's why I hopped in there and said go Bulls.
No, I know. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I can't believe they put it on there too. It kind of made me. I almost wanted to buy one just so I could say all this and have a Jordan shirt and say it's a Pacer shirt.
Yeah. So, all right, buddy. Appreciate it. Good luck this week. We'll continue the conversation. I'll send out the betting card.
All right, sounds good. I'll continue to listen to you guys to wrap this up. Appreciate it, fellas.
Yep.
Have a good evening.
See you, buddy. All right, John. That's our guy, Tanner. We got our guys on hold here. Mr. COVID himself, Reg, how you feeling, bud?
Oh man, I feel great, man. I thought it was an allergy when I got back here. Man, I went to work last night. The family, they go to Denver for fall break, so it's just me and the dogs here, man. I cut my grass and cleaning the house and everything, so I can get a few brownie points when the wife get back in town.
There you go. Yeah, you need brownie points because look like you've been out celebrating and having fun at Southern's homecoming, right?
Oh man, yeah, man. You know what, man? That's funny, man. That university we played, it must be like the SEC is doing the swag because I think they didn't play FAMU, Jackson State, and Alabama A&M. Lincoln, they're out of Oakland, and my roommate that I was with, he's from Sacramento, over in that area. So he said they don't even have a home field yet, so they're just taking money games right now. They done lost everybody in the SWAC, so I don't know who else they playing. So Southern tends to schedule somebody we know we're going to win at homecoming. So that's pretty good, you know. But I miss you guys, man. I ain't talked to y'all in a while, man.
Yeah, man. How you feel about this Pacers coming up? We got 1 week away.
Hey, man, I'm very, very excited, man. That's the only thing me and the dummy agree on is the Pacers, you know. I'm very excited, man. Look like we're going to be a run and gun team, man. Look like, you know, the second year is going to be as good as the first year. And I'm excited about Obi Toppin. I'm excited about Brown being here, man. And I think we're going to get in there. I think the Pacers are going to win anywhere between 40 and 45 games, which they would have made the playoffs last year if Halliburton had got hurt. But I think this year we're definitely – I'm not talking play-in game. We're playoff bound. And what's this y'all talking about Jordan on the uniform? What are y'all talking about?
So there is a shirt that is sold now. It's actually sold in every NBA arena. But the Utah Jazz had it in theirs. It's a picture of the Jordan emblem. So Jordan's emblem where he's got the legs out and he's dunking his logo. Mm-hmm. And then below it, it says Pacers below the logo.
You're joking.
I got it on Facebook. I put it on Facebook yesterday. But there has been so much outrage from the Utah Jazz fans because obviously they lost 2 championships because of Jordan, that the Utah Jazz have actually pulled it off their shelves. They're not selling it. There's too much backlash. Yeah. There's no reason the Indiana Pacers should be selling a shirt with Michael Jordan's emblem on it and below it says Pacers. That is just it's complete disgusting.
No. Yeah, very disgusting. I mean, fair enough. You know, just let us do a Nike emblem and be done with it. We don't need this brand on our stuff. So yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's wild, man. I didn't even know that, man. I'm about to go to your Facebook page and take a look, man.
I got it on there. It's on the Crossroads page.
I know you want to give me a hard time. I was sitting here looking at the baseball game too. Your buddy's TV must be ahead of mine because, you know, I didn't see those runs scored after he had said it. I'm like, golly. So yeah, his TV must be ahead of mine. But I'm surprised you ain't giving me a hard time about my Dodgers yet. I was expecting that to be it.
Man, I think it's more of a travesty what the Braves did than the Dodgers, personally.
Right.
Yeah.
Atlanta
Yeah.
was more balanced team this year.
Atlanta said, or the Dodgers said,
Yeah.
"Hey, Atlanta, hold my beer."
Yeah. Well, we won 317 games in the last 3 years. And this is the results we get out of it. I think our pitching, I think Kershaw just need to go ahead and retire, man. He can't put us forward to the playoffs. Or don't start him off in the playoffs. I mean, I don't know what it is about his playoffs runs that really hurt us, But, I was excited at first about your Cincinnati Reds because, I think if they got a little pitching in, they could have probably made it and everything, But, I'm always for Dodgers. So, but the dummy is a Yankees fan. A Stankies fan, as I call him, and he's really been giving me a hard time as if his team made the playoffs.
Yes, his team didn't make it.
Is.
His team didn't make it. They might even have a coach. Yeah. Jonathan Birdsong said they should offer ownership to Derek Jeter.
I'm surprised you don't already have it.
Right?
Jeter back.
Steinbrenner don't want to do that.
Back up in New York.
Let me ask you this, Reg.
No.
I'm not going to dog you for it because I know you're sick, so I'm going to keep it. I'm going to be nice because I haven't talked to you in so long, so I always like nice, cordial conversation with you. Anthony Richardson, they decided to go with the surgery, looking long-term instead of the short-term. You all right with it?
I'm all right with it. I've seen enough from him this year. I knew we weren't going to win the Super Bowl this year. I was excited at maybe the possibility of making the playoffs. I'm very excited about this young man. This young man is a positive role model. He removed the AR from the AR-15. He stayed late and helped the people clean up the room at the rookie orientation. He said, "Hey, we should leave this room a mess." They said, "You don't have to clean up," and he stayed and cleaned up. And I think he's just been a positive for the community. So I hope he heals fast. I think it may be a little bit of the coach also want him to get the surgery also because they don't want an Andrew Luck situation. But what's really funny to me is all these doubters on his ability, and he didn't have that camel in the headlight look in the games that he played. If you look, the first game, it was just his knee. It was bruised up. He could have probably came back in. Second game, I was in Houston it was a concussion. That's a little bit different, that's understandable. Everybody can get concussions. Look at how the quarterback from Buffalo, he runs, he don't slide, he don't get down. But this last game where he hurt his shoulder, he ran a few times and he got down. I just think that the weight of the player landing on his shoulder affected it because he had been getting down,
Right.
Yep. So I think it's going to be good. But I laugh at the people that say we should have fed him earlier. Gardner Minshew should have been playing because he's played better. Gardner Minshew is here for a reason. I like him as a backup. He's probably the best backup in the NFL. But there's a reason that he's a backup. There is a reason that he's a backup. And we saw part of the reason this last Sunday. I just laugh at the people that went on the Richardson ship, from the get-go. But, it is what it is, Every city has so many key fans and everything. How do you feel about the Steelers not firing your offensive coordinator? I know Steelers don't usually fire coaches mid-season.
Nope, but they need to. I mean, they're chanting fire Matt Canada. Somebody took an ad today out in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. The entire back page of it had fire Matt Canada and had the devil horns on him. So, I mean, it's getting brutal. You got Pittsburgh Penguins hockey games that fired Matt Canada. I'm putting out a tweet every day, #fire Matt Canada. He needs to be fired. You have the third worst offense in the league. You're averaging 13 points a game in the NFL.
I mean,
your defense is bailing you out.
I can't help it to say I'm glad to see your Steelers suffer right now.
Reg, take it easy. I'm being nice to you because you're sick. Be nice. Come on now. Hey, let me ask you this.
I'm trying to.
We got NBA starting next week. I know we talked NBA already, but there's an interesting comment that came out last week from the Denver Nuggets general manager. I don't know if you guys both saw it. It was about Bruce Brown. The Nuggets GM said on Bruce Brown leaving the Nuggets for the Pacers, quote, he told him, he told whoever, he goes, just be careful what you wish for. He says his replacement that they have now in Denver is bigger, longer, more athletic. He guards better and passes better. Some salty words.
Wow. Yeah. I'm surprised at that. I mean, I think he's been a class act. I'm really surprised at that comment. You know, the teams realize this is a business. You know, they can trade you at any time. You know, why not? I got a championship. Why not go to the highest bidder? And from what I'm hearing, the places were the highest bidder. You know, what were they going to do? Lowball him or something and flick on the belt? Stay? You know?
Yeah.
I don't have a problem. You know, like I told you, yeah, I didn't want Paul George to leave. I didn't want Victor to leave. But if you don't want to be here, you got a better offer, leave. You know, Lance bet on himself and he lost. You know, that he was going to play himself into a bigger contract. You know, it's a business. Teams trade players. They turn out to be better than what they think they are.
Yep.
You know, I'm really excited about this NBA season because I think it's going to be a lot of competition. It's going to be a lot of good games. You better not go into any stadium thinking that you're going to get an easy win because it looks like everybody's really getting better. You know.
Yeah.
And I'm anxious to see that. I didn't see the preseason.
Yeah, they just said today, Adam Silver said, he was on First Take today, that they're looking at different things they're doing. Obviously, we have the in-season tournament this year going on, and we've got also for the All-Star game this weekend. Reggie, I just tagged you on Twitter with the picture of the shirt, so you can see it there. But for the All-Stars that they're considering, and Adam Silver said, might as well call it breaking news, they're going back to the East versus West format here in Indianapolis this year.
I like that. I like that a lot better than this
I do too.
and all
I
that
do too.
mess, you know.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I understand you were trying to pique the interest and everything. You know, you got to try little things. You know, what I'm kind of interested in is how is this play-in tournament going to work? I still haven't figured out how this works. You know, so that's going to be pretty interesting to me to see. You know?
Yep. For sure.
I just think with boy in San Antonio. I saw a little bit of the highlights of OKC and San Antonio Spurs, and them two big boys were going at it. I want to see them two big boys go at it again. You know, that's going to be an interesting matchup. 2 7-footers, and they can shoot and guard and dribble and dunk and everything. So that's going to be a pretty good matchup, you know, every time they play. I can see that being a new rivalry, you know.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Totally agree. Totally agree. John, real quick, and then Reg, we'll have to let you go. But, John, Harden didn't show up to practice again today. Your boy.
Man,
so check this out. I got some inside news for you.
There we go.
So I have a buddy that lives in Houston, okay? And he jogs at Rice University. And he sent me some pictures of Hardy in the gym at Rice University. He said, did he get traded? I said, I don't think he got traded. He should be in training camp with Houston. But I have those pictures of him at night in Rice University training.
You want to send? Hell no, send the Crossroads. Crossroads will put them out. We'll get that exposure.
That's definitely going to be breaking news. If I put, I'm going to text my boy and ask him if he mind about sending those out to my podcast.
There you go. Okay. Perfect, Reg. Well, appreciate you, man. Hope you get to feeling better. We'll get, man, I don't know how many more days are left. I didn't get to play golf with you. I played a crooked stick 2 weeks ago.
Hey, man.
Fantastic time.
Hey, man, I think I got a whole lot better, man. I played down in Baton Rouge. The guys wanted to play down there, so I loved my clubs down there. Man, the greens were so damn fast. I chip on this running all the way across the back, man. I guess they hadn't had rain in a while. They were fast as hell. It was ridiculous. But yeah, man, let's try to make up a time, man. I know you're newlywed and everything, trying to make a baby and everything, twins, get it out the way. But you know, let's see if we can get out before the season's up with.
Sounds good, Reg. Appreciate you.
Jonathan, I'll see if my boy says okay for those pictures, and I'll send them to one of you two guys.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Sounds good,
man.
Thanks, sir.
See you at the big Crossroads Sports.
See you. Crossroads Sports going to be the men of honor with this. John, got a couple minutes. You want to wrap us, man? It's been a hell of a show. Great show.
Been a hell of a show. Been a great show, man. I still had to talk about Ball State basketball, Indiana State basketball, but hey, we just put it back in on the back burner for next week, man. College basketball is here, y'all. The rankings for the ladies are out. You know what I'm saying? The rankings for the men are out. Purdue's the #1 team in the land, y'all. And the Lady Hoosiers are like number 9, and I think Notre Dame, ladies in Notre Dame are in the top 25 as well. So like we'll deep dive in that a bit more going further. But because we are stressed for time, just want to say thank you to all the callers who called in and all the friends of programs who called in tonight. I also want to say thank you to our sponsor, Scott K. Nichols State Farm Insurance. We also want to say thank you to our sponsors, Mavericks Custom Motorsports. How could we do this show, Crossroads Sports, without them? Like I said, bigger and better things coming to you next week, man. More football, more basketball. Like I said, NFL, NBA. We're going to do a bit of real next week, man. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to the Crossroads Sports Radio Show. You can find